Governor, this is for you.
Oh no. Or how about
Chop, chop.
oh no! You chop off his head
That's right.
and then do a double tap.
You gotta really chop them up. Keep going.
So welcome back, everyone. Storm here. Oh, I get 2
Hi,
points.
Mom here.
Kimmy here.
She's ready to make sure he's dead.
I got carried away.
Yeah, I mean, last episode was
that's
insanely
sad.
intense. It was very sad.
Poor Herschel.
They were just
The
saying
kids
during
didn't
setup
see that.
that they're worried about the governor being alive still, because even though the gun went off, we didn't actually see the final kill, so we don't know if he is still alive. And Mom made a comment saying, can you imagine if he's a walker and he ends up killing more?
Mm-hmm.
Never ending.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like complete breach now with the prison, so
No, it
they're
sure
not
is.
safe.
You can't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very terrible. I mean, the prison is not safe anymore. I mean, there's a lot of
Everyone's
walkers in
dispersed.
there.
Everyone's
Yes.
in their own direction, different directions
definitely.
now. The bus
Yeah.
is gone.
Yeah.
Oh, everything's so.
Baby is missing.
Yes.
Judith is
Oh,
missing.
yeah.
Yes, that was another sad moment.
Yeah,
Very
that's
sad.
sad.
We don't know if someone with bloody hands scooped her up or
Because there's a lot of blood.
a
Left
lot
over.
of blood. It looked
Mhm.
like the whole little body was full of blood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people died, obviously. I
Oh,
mean,
so, yeah, that's hard
and
to say.
Michonne was left on her own at the end, right? She stayed behind,
Yep,
Yeah, she did.
and Rick and Carl went off.
they went off.
Yeah.
Glenn was on the
So
bus.
sad.
Glenn was on the bus. They're gone. Hopefully they can all regroup. They had
That
a
was the.
plan B, so hopefully they have a rendezvous point they can all
Hope
refer
so.
to.
Chase.
Yeah. I mean, again, a
Wow.
different world, and, you know, you don't have phones or easy ways to reconnect with people. So
That's right.
you don't know if they're alive. I mean, oh my God, I can't even imagine, like, being lost out of your
Yeah.
home in a dangerous world with no way to communicate.
Exactly.
That's horrible.
Long
And
distance.
Therese is with the kids, so I mean they're everywhere. Who knows if they're all going to connect again?
Mm-hmm. So you
Yes,
ready to get
good.
into this episode?
Yes,
We're
we're
ready.
ready.
We're watching on Netflix today, like we always do.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of that.
4:09.
So funny them reaching for the tank. You're in shock?
I'm in shock because I still don't
And
believe
you're just like, ugh.
Is he going to move? That's why.
Skewered.
Like her new guards.
Oh,
Oh, no. Don't show that.
sign of respect. That's messed up. I know they're attracted to noise, but for them to just go right to the prison,
That's right. You
Hey.
Yeah.
it's for us now.
Carl, slow down.
Look at your father. He's a wreck.
Yeah.
We're gonna be.
He can't say it. You don't know. He's
That's right.
Keep watching.
You keep watch. You can barely stand. I'm not gonna let you go in there alone.
Excuse me?
Oh,
Get him! No, he's not weak anymore. Get him! Oh, Jesus Christ. You're flipping my lip. That's not what shooting at him.
oh.
Carl.
Got it. All the doors down here are open. If one of them down there, they would have come out.
Oh,
Could be a mean person, too.
that's right. Oh boy.
I don't like him
trust
going upstairs
that.
by
I don't
himself.
either. Oh, I don't know about that. Oh, he's going to get interested in something and not paying attention.
I get video games.
Shane taught me. Remember him?
Ooh.
Come on now.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember him.
You can't even open it.
Yeah.
Mike, would you please talk some sense into your lover?
Oh my God. Listen, I'm glad I saw it, even though I did not love it.
I don't think.
See what this is.
Really? What is this, Michonne? I mean, you've gotten good with a sword. If our son.
Oh my God. Ah. Not good.
Yeah.
Dad? Wake up!
Holy shit.
Oh, God.
Don't use the bullets. He's like, oh, it's
Hey,
quiet
you!
enough.
Fresh meat. Right here. Come and get it. There you go.
Nice teeth.
Come on.
Oh my God, there's one right behind you, honey!
See?
Shit.
See?
I know, he's like not looking back
Back,
hardly
yeah.
at all.
Come on, knock her out. Boom.
Oh, wow.
Okay, hopefully you have one more left.
Oh,
Hopefully.
wow.
And how are you going to
You
get
know,
him
the
out of here?
maggot.
Oh, so,
I win. Cool.
No, I wouldn't want them
I want
behind
them
me.
behind me. I was just going to say, I wouldn't want them behind me. I wouldn't trust that.
Oh, she can just, she's so smart. That's incredible.
Part of the herd.
I saved you. I saved you. You probably can't even protect me anyways. You couldn't protect Judith. You couldn't protect
Oh,
Don't say it.
Herschel.
oh, jeez.
They counted on you. You were their leader. What if you died?
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
honey, that's a little harsh.
Oh,
I know you're
jeez.
upset that everyone's gone. It's a nice spiky thing.
Make sure you have a can opener.
I don't know.
Oh,
Now what are you gonna do? You're gonna jump down the stairs? No more. And he's still coming at you. Oh no!
oh no.
Damn it! What, is there anything else in there?
Crap. Oh,
He's gonna bite ya!
oh.
Sam. Okay.
Get my shoe. Damn get me. Yeah, at this point,
Yeah,
it's like
whatever you can
Whatever you can have, give you energy. Well, downer.
Oh, God. She's like, what has my life become?
That kind of. Oh, boy.
She's got to take her aggression out.
Yes.
Wow, you can freaking
No, I really gotta keep
wow.
those. Impressive though.
Yeah. I need to hang out with people. She's probably saying.
Yeah.
He doesn't think you died and became a walker, does he?
Oh, that's what I was wondering. No, don't. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, that's
Scary.
I missed you even when I was with you. You were wrong. Because I'm still here.
You shouldn't have risked it.
got some calcium in it. A lot of
I
chocolate.
know. Now she's gone. I'm sorry.
I know who did that. She can't
Look
believe
at
it.
it all.
Knock on the door. She'll freak out.
Good.
It's for you.
You need a smile.
Yeah.
That's
it.
We'll get to you racing
At
next
least-
time.
At least they all got the.
Emotional. She's gonna say, "You ate all that pudding, didn't
Yes,
wait for
right.
me."
It's like it's all good at this
How
point.
could you?
Oh my god, I think
Yeah,
I'm
you
your
didn't-
line.
You didn't leave any for me.
Oh, she went through hell, huh?
Oh,
It's
wow.
for you.
Yes, they sure did.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, we haven't seen anyone else yet. It was focused on Rick and Carl, and then we had Michonne's story too.
Yes. Wow. That's so sad.
Yeah, and thank God they found each other.
Oh, that's
Thank
right.
God, because
Something
man, what a
like that,
whirlwind!
yes.
I mean, what happened at the prison
Yeah, I
and
didn't know
separating?
I didn't know whether Rick had died or what, you know.
I
said,
know.
I hope not.
Yeah. That's what's so
Ooh,
scary about the whole thing, you
yeah.
know? And
And for Carl to be so upset with him and take
Oh, yeah.
off still, you know, even if you're upset with your dad, I mean, they've lost a lot of people, and he
Oh,
is
sure.
the leader. But he's
Yeah.
at the end of the day, he's human, and he did the best he could to make it kind of normal for everybody, especially for Judith and Carl.
yeah. I mean, it's a harsh
Yeah,
reality,
sure
and,
is.
you know, Carl taking out his frustration on his father and yelling everything that he was feeling at that moment. I mean, that's a lot. And
That's right.
I mean, what do you think in that moment? Do you think Carl is right on what he was saying, yelling at his father?
I think he was just so upset with everything that's happened. It just built up. You know, he
Yeah,
had to
he
blame
did.
somebody.
He clearly didn't mean what he
No, he
said.
didn't.
You
No, he
know,
didn't.
that he wished he
Definitely.
died and all that. But he was blaming everyone's death on his dad.
That's right.
He's
Yeah,
just
he did
so
something.
angry. He just lost his baby
Everything's so built
sister.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have no control
That's
of their
right.
life right now.
They
And who better to blame than his father? His father's, you know, he's
That's
always been there for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and he's really, really hurt. I mean, clearly, I mean, he slept through that whole yelling match. And not match, but just yelling at him. He didn't even wake up, didn't
That's
even
right, he
flinch.
didn't.
So.
Yeah.
And
And
then-
even then, he just walked off.
And then he,
you know, you
then he
don't
took
even know
off
if he's
just to
dying.
investigate more, yeah.
Yeah.
And he almost got killed in the
He
process
sure
again.
did. They came
Yeah.
very close.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really bad situation anyways, but my opinion, Carl yelling all those frustrations, I mean, it wasn't right on how he said certain things. Like, I'd be okay if you died. Like, that was very harsh, but he's just so angry. And I take it as, you know, part of what he was saying is true. I mean, here, Rick was trying to make a normal life in a way for everyone there at the prison. And they just ignored the governor being out there. Like, Michonne kept looking, but no one else was doing that. And he was trying to pretend like everyday life.
He was a true threat.
Yeah,
Yes,
and they know how bad he was. And to just let your guard down and think, oh, we're behind these walls, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks because even though they do have like a democracy going on, they have a council, but Rick was always the leader. And you know, no one did anything about the governor still being on the loose. And yes, you want to move on and live your life because it's been so long since the last time they saw the governor. He might have died somewhere, you know, because it's been so long. But, you know,
but they
so
should have kept tabs on him. And Michonne was completely right in trying to look at him, you know, try to patrol him and see what's going on. And to let it go like that, that was their demise. I mean, he's terrible. He was just a monster. I mean, he killed how many other people en route to get to this prison, and his own people died.
Yeah.
And he didn't care about any of them.
No, he didn't.
No.
And, you know, so like Carl going through all of that, I get his frustration, but it's tough to be the leader, you know, and he even said at the end that he was trying to give Carl and Judith a normal upbringing. You know, he was trying to do something good for them, to give them some kind of childhood, but it's just not the world that they live in. And so for him to say, you are a man and I'm sorry, like, how'd you take that? Like, why was he apologizing for that? Like, you're a man.
Because he lost his childhood.
Because
he can't give his child his childhood.
That's right.
And all those other kids that were in the prison, I mean, look, the other, you know, the oldest girl, she killed and saved Tyrese's life. I mean, that is the world they live in now. And Carol had, you know, she had, you know, some right in showing the kids, you know. Yeah,
because if they would be clueless if they wouldn't be able to defend themselves when all crap hits the fan, because you just don't know when that could happen. So yeah, I agree. Like, it is good that Carol showed the kids, but I wish she was able to tell the parents. But again, different world. A lot of parents are going to be against it, and they're going to be in a bubble and not safe because they won't be able to protect themselves. So there's a lot of... It's like a double-edged sword.
It is, but you know, if you look at the people in Woodbury, you know, they were all defenseless. And look what happened.
And defend for yourself. You have to learn to do it.
Yeah, and when it comes to that, like, you're done. You're done for. And going to Michonne, you know, we were living, I mean, it was a dream that she was having. As you saw with her katana, and she was putting it away in the knife glove. It made no sense. But I didn't want to say anything.
And then it was just
dream.
It was just evolving into, you know, what happens, you know, the tragedy. And she had a child, she had a lover, and his best friend.
That's right, my gosh.
So, I think it's okay to say this, but like...
Those are the two guys. They are the walkers. She had her close...
that's right, too,
her boyfriend and his best buddy, I'm assuming, I don't think it's her brother, I think it's his best buddy, as her little, her guards.
I mean, how messed up is that? Because I can't even imagine what I would do with my loved ones, but... You know, you need to find a way to survive, and, you know, maybe even though they were dead, keeping them closest to her.
To protect her. I mean, it makes sense. She's brilliant in thinking of doing that.
Sure.
I mean, it's really brilliant. I mean, she was going with this herd. I mean, there she is again, doing it again. And she's going along with this herd, and she's like, what the hell? What am I doing? This is not right, and she just lost it.
But you never know.
Knocked them all down.
Until it happens to you.
That's right.
What you want to do, so, you know. I mean,
I mean, just looking at all those walkers so close to her, and then that one with the same hairstyle with the dreadlocks, and she was kind of like, she was getting upset at that, and I took it as she was relating herself being the dead. And it made her really upset, which I don't blame her at all. So to actually find her family, like her new family, like they're all together as a family now
she was so elated when she saw them.
I love her acting, like
just
she's just
shaking,
trembling lip. I got emotional there too. It's like, oh my God, the relief of finding your family again.
I thought for sure she was going to be so relieved just seeing that chocolate pudding open it, because of course that's going going to be Carl. It's going to be a kid. You know?
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
again,
He must have found the can opener.
he's grown up a lot faster than
Yeah.
most kids, a very different
sure.
worlds.
Big time.
But even though he had his moment and had to do his thing and get
Yeah.
through it, I'm like, why would you just throw the pudding right out in the road? Because you could attract the wrong attention too. If you have weird people walking around, they might be like, "There's fresh pudding right in the road there. Let's check to see if these houses are, occupied or
That's right,
something."
yeah.
But
Right.
or you're looking for your family anyways, so leaving something. Not that he did that for that reason,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I would be like, I'd be a little bit more careful. But he had other things on his mind, and he thought his dad was
Completely.
possibly
That's
going to
yeah.
die. But it was good to see that Carl was upset. Thank God he couldn't shoot his dad, because if he could, he
that's
would
right.
have. That would have been
Oh,
so
that was
terrible if
horrible.
he killed
Yeah,
Rick alive.
someone that's
Yes,
Like, he's not a
alive.
zombie.
Right.
Thank
That
God
was
he said
bad.
his name, and
Oh,
he's
my
like,
God. Wow.
Yeah, so that was an emotional
Yeah,
moment too,
yeah.
to
it was.
have him go through that and then realizing he couldn't do it. He was willing to
that's
just
right.
die because he couldn't kill his own dad.
No.
Which
Right,
That's
and
good.
Rick
He already
was
did his
so
mom in.
hurt. I mean, he was so wounded,
Oh,
Yeah.
and for him and for Carl not to even help his dad, like clean
Yeah,
him
he was
up or
just-
do anything for him, just be so resentful
Yeah.
for a long time. I mean, he was very hurt by his father, and
Yeah.
he didn't care. He wouldn't walk next to him. He wasn't caring for him. He was just walking
That's- oh
on.
my God.
He was having a, almost like a temper tantrum, really.
Yeah.
yeah,
At
in a way,
first, you
yeah.
know, he
Yeah.
was just like, "No, I'm mad at you."
Yeah, and he was making poor decisions when he went on his own,
To
and
prove
he's-
to
Oh, that's right,
himself
yes.
that he could do it, and he almost got bit many times
times,
or eaten.
definitely,
Ooh.
yes.
Mhm.
So I mean, I know it was
Wow.
silly what he wrote on the door,
Yeah.
but what did you take that as? You think like
I'm
have
proving
an
that I
aspect.
am a man. I
Yes,
can
yeah,
do
yes,
it.
I
He's
can do
trying
it.
to prove to himself, like if he goes back to the house and sees his father
Oh,
dead,
definitely, yeah.
he has to be the man.
Yeah.
He has to be
Definitely,
his
yes.
own leader.
Definitely.
I took it as
That's
like
right.
something similar where, it was a bad experience, but I survived it, and he got my shoe, but he didn't get me. Like,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
I
right,
got
yeah.
through this.
And I have a
I'm
sense of humor on
thankful.
top of it.
That's right. See,
Yeah,
that's
like
why
I think it was just like
yeah.
a extra, not a notch, but
Yes.
like, a confidence builder, because you just had the scare of your life thinking you were
Oh,
going
you
to
did.
die, and be like, you know what, he got my shoe, but he didn't get
Get
me.
me.
I'm still alive.
Yes.
Lesson learned, and I'm alive. So
That's right.
yeah, so like maybe that was like a way of being like, I am a man now, but I think he realizes now that he still has some learning to do.
Yes,
and
and
no
he
one's
was
perfect.
wrong.
Yes.
He was wrong. He does
That's
need his
right.
dad.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is
Somewhere.
going to be great now with Michonne back in
Oh
the
yeah,
picture.
that's gonna
Yeah,
be
that was a
good, yeah,
relief.
the three of them.
So where's everybody else?
They're-
Yeah.
Who knows?
How would you
They're-
even find them
they're
again?
probably a
Yeah,
couple
yeah.
miles away. The bus is probably, their new camper.
Yeah, that's right. I
And
think
just
so.
drive the bus
Oh,
around until
yes.
you can find it.
I
Oh
mean,
my gosh.
yeah.
you wouldn't be off roading with
fuel.
it, so
That's
look in the
right,
main
yeah.
roads or something. How much gas do you have?
Oh,
That's always
yeah.
a big issue, right?
Yeah.
And
Check
even
out
the
gas
food that they
stations.
find, I mean, over the years, I was wondering if Carl got sick. I don't know if he got sick because of the maggots.
It's
great.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or if it was the food that he ate prior. It was
Yeah, yeah,
it was
no,
canned,
because,
but someone did that jar, that canning. But who knows?
Did
if
he
got
eat the
sick
pudding?
or
I
not.
thought he ate the pudding
No,
after
the
that.
pudding after, but he had that jar. He found some canned goods.
Yeah.
Like someone
that's
did
right.
some canning, and I don't know if he got sick from that
Mm.
because it's been years. I
That's
mean,
right,
this is
my
what
gosh.
it's been
Yeah.
quite some time.
I think it was just sick to his stomach because he thought he was going to die.
Yeah,
That's
oh,
maggots
yeah.
are right in his
It's all
face.
good.
Yeah, and I think he thought
He's
he was
like,
definitely going to
"Ugh."
die
Yeah,
there
right,
because he was
yeah.
panicking.
That was a real scary moment because you
right.
had how many walkers on top of him. I mean, he's not the biggest kid.
No, he's not.
And how many bullets does he have? I mean, there
Yeah, and he
easily-
started flailing and shooting up in the air. 'cause
Right,
he's
he
panicked.
shot too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not hitting
It's
anything.
terrifying.
So, I mean,
Isn't that crazy? Just strolling in a neighborhood and you have to worry about like human type predators. They're just gonna eat you alive. They just pull you. Oh God, it's just terrifying.
you
But
need to just use a knife and just get to him.
Oh, I tell
so,
you.
what are we doing after this episode? Are we getting a big can of pudding or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna use some chocolate pudding.
Let's do it. Let's go. So love you guys.
Rick's alive. We're good.
If you want to check out the next episode early, you can check out the links below on our Patreon. You can see a huge library of a ton of shows and movies. We love doing
Wow.
this, and we can't wait to watch more of The Walking Dead.
Yes,
So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll
right.
see you very soon as always. Bye, guys.
Bye. Eat pudding.
Yeah. Thank goodness Rick is alive.